Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. Let me find myself here on my tablet. Or no, I'm on my laptop today. And I got a new phone for Christmas. So let me know how the video and the sound is, if you would please. I would appreciate that. Let me find myself. It's taking a minute. There we are. Okay. I think we're good. At least I can see myself. I have the sound off. Oh, and I should be able to see comments pretty clearly here. So, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's well and healthy and safe. I imagine most people are back home after the holidays. Our daughter traveled and she is now home again. Except we are waiting on a storm. It did snow this afternoon, and we are expecting 5 to 8 inches before Wednesday, I believe. So tomorrow's going to be a mess, so I will be home stamping. Yay! We are continuing with the, one last time for today, for this week, the Country Bouquet stamp set. And I can't show you the inside of my catalog till Thursday. But I've been working with the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. And for those of you that have requested my Valentine Crafting Kit, I emailed you today. If you did not get an email, please reach out to me again. I saw several of you responded, and I saw those responses just, like 2 minutes ago before I started videotaping. So I will check those here in a minute and respond to you. And I will be sending invoices through PayPal on... I don't know if I'll probably do it late on Wednesday in case anybody else wants the kit. And I will include the hostess code in the invoice comment for those of you that are ordering. So thank you for your interest. I'm excited for you to be using these products. It's been so much fun. Hopefully you saw my blog post where I shared all the projects I've made with the stamp set and the coordinating designer series paper and the sequins and the ribbon. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I see we have people joining me. Hello everybody, thank you. This is one of the cards that I had shared on my blog post, and I gave you the dimensions for the layers on here. I don't know if you can see the layers. I have the green and the mint and the white, and then I don't know if you can see, I'll turn it sideways, the Sweet Sorbet plaid, and then the white there. So those are my 4 layers, and I already have pieces cut. So that is the one of the card sketches. But this is the only card I made using that sketch. So I'm going to make another one of those today. We're going to keep this handy. And then the other thing I'm going to do today is make a card using a full 12 by 4 inch piece of designer series paper. Just to see what that would look like. So let's make this one first. Hello everybody, thank you, thank you. Isn't that a pretty card? These, the hearts and the leaves, both the little hearts and the big hearts, were all punched from the designer series paper using the coordinating punch. So let's get rid of this. And I don't exactly know what I'm doing, so I'm a tad nervous. I do have pieces here though. So I'm going to use a piece of mint macaron, and then my pieces here are 2 by 5 and 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. I thought those would layer nicely. I really do like the petal pink with the mint macaron. It's just such a nice soft look. All right. All right, I see comments going by, so thank you for joining me, and Happy New Year. All right, so we're going to layer that one there, and then here I have the one with the little hearts. So you can see that is the back side of the paper. So I just cut these out of a piece I had left, and then Sweet Sorbet matches the colors in there. So this card's going to look very different than that one. All right, looking at this, and then we'll just cut a piece for the sentiment here. And then I have learned something very recently, and Stampin' Up! Does this a lot. They will use either a piece of ribbon or a very small, thin piece of cardstock like this to layer under your sentiment, so that'll make it stand out a little more. So we'll use that scrap. Normally, I was about to throw that away, and I thought, no, let's use that. And that is probably a scrap from cutting this piece here. So this one's going to be a little different. I'm thinking that I want to stamp on this white piece. I just decided that. All right, so let me grab a piece of grid paper. I want it upright so you can read Stampin' Up. And I really should have North Star Stamper printed on the top of these, shouldn't I? In case you're just joining me and you don't know who I am. All right, we're going to stamp on this piece. Let me get this out of the way. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is I want you to see that using a card sketch can look very, very different, even if we're using the same products like I am today. But switch out your designer series paper and your accents and your colors, and your card will look completely different than mine. So I don't think you can read this. I do have the dimensions for the 2 panels on my blog post from last Friday. I don't know if you noticed. I've been blogging on Fridays. So hopefully you've noticed that, and you can start checking on my blog on Fridays to see what I've done. I really like this stamp. It's just a little twist on the heart. It does punch out. You can see it does line up with the ones that I punched there, but I think I'm just going to stamp that. Let's see what colors we've got going. Maybe just for variety, I will stamp in the petal pink. And I have all my colors handy. Makes it easy. That's, to be honest, that's how it has been so easy and so much fun using these products, because I had all the paper and I had the ink. I am very blessed that I can do that and have that. I'm just stamping off the edge because I know it's going to be covered up on this side with this smaller panel. Let's see what it looks like. Sorry, I'm off camera there. Again, this is petal pink. The card base is mint macaron. And then our red is sweet sorbet. Colors all come directly from the paper. I don't like how that one's missing a piece, so I'm going to turn it over. Stamp again. Ink, ink, ink. I'm going to be more deliberate this time. Ink, ink, ink. Stamp. And let's go sideways. And you'll see the tail of the heart. Oh, is that called a tail? I don't know. That's what I would call it. The base of the heart. Alright. Line these up. So, what are some things we can do to add interest to the card? I'll let you guys give me some suggestions, and I'll try to read the comments. But if you've been with me for any length of time, you'll know that we can add ribbon around here. We could stamp more on this white panel. I could run any one or all of these pieces through an embossing folder in my machine just to add more texture. I think we will add some ribbon. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually real red ribbon and not sweet sorbet. So it is a little different than that, but it's close enough. So that's probably why they did that. All right. Oh, this suite is, if you have the new mini catalog that starts on Thursday, it's on pages 8 and 9 is where it starts. And I think that stamp set is on page 10. So that, and then we'll add some ribbon. And we'll stamp a sentiment. I think that'll work perfectly. I'm going to stamp my sentiment first. And we're going to make another Valentine's Day card. I don't know how many I have made or how many I even need. And I am going to switch to my red. In this case, it's Sweet Sorbet, one of our in colors from last year. I'm so excited to get the next annual catalog to see what our next set of in colors are going to be. If you have your, I have to pause while I make sure that's lined up straight. Looks good to me. If you have your celebration brochure handy, if you look at the joining specials, One of the options, you have 3 options if you join during celebration. One of the options is for half price, you can purchase the mini cut and emboss machine, and they are offering it in an in color that will be in the next annual catalog called Boho Blue. I haven't even seen a machine yet. They were late in arriving in the warehouse, so they were not available for us to see it on stage in November. I think they would have had one available if they were available. But they arrived a couple weeks ago, and I have not ordered one yet. I do plan on ordering that on Thursday. So in the next couple weeks, you'll get to see the Boho Blue mini machine. Now I'm wondering if I want ribbon and this piece, or just ribbon. I think the ribbon, but this would have been a good idea. If I didn't have red ribbon, I would trim this down. Here, let me show you what it would look like. I'm going to hold it up. And I'm going to make it a little longer than my sentiment. And then what I would do, if I didn't have the ribbon, I would just put a small piece of cardstock under it like that to set it off. But I do have ribbon, so I'm not going to do that. But I will save this because I know it's the perfect size for that sentiment, and I will just put it right in my case. And next time, I'll be able to use that. Let's get our card put together. How is my sound and video today? I would like to know that. Like I said, I'm using my brand new phone, the same setup, and it's a newer generation of the same phone I had. So it should be good. I did a quick test, but I didn't listen to the sound. I'm going to put this off to the side just a little bit. I want to be able to see the green here. And we're going to layer this on top too. Well, I was seeing comments, and I don't see comments coming through here anymore. Let me get this put together. Oops, I kicked the tripod, sorry. Don't know if I jiggled. So this is why I like my glue, my wet adhesive, and I can line it up, make sure all the sides are the same. And then I turn it over because I learned one time I went like this and I moved the entire thing. So I turn it over and burnish on the back. Put that there. Let's wrap some ribbon around. Let me see. Anne says the sound and video are great. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. I'm not going to try to tie a bow on video. Sorry. We're just going to tie a knot. You can see I still have a lot. Maybe I will do that. I think when I'm done with my second card, I will show you all the, I think I have them all handy, all the projects I've made with this kit and what I have left to still play with. Those are too long. I should have, so I'm wasting a little bit, which is too bad, but all right, let's put this on with dimensionals, and I do have some handy. I don't know. Sorry if I'm not completing my thoughts. I think I'm out of practice, although I have not missed a Monday, have I? I did a couple recorded ones when I was on vacation in November. And I'm going to center this top and bottom to that one and leave a little bit of green on this side. And then I think I'm going to have this flat here, but then I need to put dimensionals on that side. So I'm going to put one large dimensional on this end and figure out where I'm going to put it. I think I'll put it down here. And I'm going to put it into the green. I think that might be a little more interesting. So I'm going to put a little liquid glue, maybe, if it'll come out right there. And take my liner off, my dimensional. Push it this way a little. I think I have some liquid glue there. Look at all the ribbon I still have left. And I'll show you all the projects I made. I think I've only used this one once or twice, so I will use that a lot more. I thought that would go really pretty with the gingham like I did on this one. So, similar card, but I think I need some sequins on this one. I think that will be my finishing touch. Hopefully you agree. I thought it was interesting, the colors they included here are balmy blue, petal pink, and then gold for some reason. I guess that kind of coordinates with the ribbon, even though they called this burlap ribbon. I forget what I'm looking for. My take your pick tool with the putty end. I think I need more putty. And I kind of wish these were red. I don't have my sweet sorbet blend. Actually, I do. If I have it handy. That's real red. Let me look at a couple more. There. Light sweet sorbet. We are going to color our pink sequins red. Oh, that's a great idea. So these alcohol markers will dry on things like this most often. I have not tested it, so I hope that works. While those dry, and it'll just take a minute. I do like to stamp on the back of my cards. And lately I've been enjoying using the handcrafted from the heart. I've been meaning to buy a personalized stamp, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I'm going to, let's see. I've got this under there because I was using photopolymer. There we go. All right, I see my mom commented too. Thank you for letting me know the video's good. All right, those should be dry by now. They do look still pink and not quite as dark as I'd like. This is dark real red. Let's add some more dark. And I think I will just blow on them to get them to dry. One of the great things about our alcohol markers, the colors all coordinate with all the ink and the ribbon and the cardstock. And you can color things like ribbon and sequins and rhinestones and pearls. That one went flying, so we'll just use our fingers. All right, odd numbers. Oh, I colored an even number. And put them in a triangle. I think that's cute. Very cute. I'm pleased with that. So that is the same layout as that. And again, I was consistent, and I just need to think outside the box here, but wrapping the ribbon around that small panel is a fun idea. You could go the other way. A lot of things you could do. All right, moving on. So we're going to put our sequins back into here. So there's card number 1. I'm going to add that to my, I have an envelope with all my projects, and I will try to pull those out when we're done. All right, the other card I have ready to go uses a 12 by 4 inch piece of designer series paper. So with my card kit, shipping was a lot more than I anticipated, and I looked at a few other demonstrators' product shares, and I didn't see anybody else offering 12 by 12 papers. Everybody else cuts them down to 6 by 6, and you get more of them. I wanted to keep it 12 by 12 in case I have any scrapbookers out there that purchase my kit, or if you like to make projects that require a 12 by 12 or just a bigger piece of paper, like a box or a bag might need something bigger than a 6 by 6. So that is why I chose to leave my designer series paper of this one at 12 by 12 in my kit. So let me know if you would prefer. I do cut it down, and that might save on some shipping. The big difference is all the cardstock that I'm including, and that is what made the shipping so much. It is $10 for the kit with the cardstock. Without cardstock, it was $5 something. So, but the only one person that has ordered the kit without the cardstock is local, so she didn't have to pay shipping. So for our card, we're gonna score and fold this 4 by 12 inch piece of pattern paper. And this is my idea. Okay, here, this is what I've started with. So I want just an A2 card, and this is an A2 card base. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So if I take 5 1/2 out of the middle here, I know that this plus this is going to equal 6 3/4 inches, because this is 12 minus 5 1/4 leaves me 6 3/4. So I have a couple that I have already scored, and I used some different designer series paper. This one was scored at 4 from one side and 2 3/4 from the other. Let me take this off so you can see what I'm doing here. So I would put white cardstock in here and maybe one here too and stamp on it to finish my card. And I'm going to put it, this doesn't match, but you get the idea. I'm going to put it on a card base that is the standard A2 card. So I'm playing around with where my score marks are. So again, this was 4 on the top and 2 3/4 on the bottom. And I have another one. This is the Hues of Happiness designer series paper, by the way. This one is, I wrote it down, 3 1/4 on one side and 3 1/2 on the other. So depending on what you want to stamp, I would put a layer. I have one. I don't have one. Put a layer of white cardstock, or probably use a color on there, and then stamp on there. So that what you want to put here is going to determine where this score mark is. So again, this is 4 1/2, 3 1/2, and 3 1/4. So lots of ideas there. Maybe I will do this for one of my Friday blog posts, just to give you some ideas. I'm using a 4 by 12 inch piece of designer series paper. So what we're going to do is take this 4 by 12, and I'm going to score at 5 1/4 from one side and 1 1/2 from the other. So that'll equal our 6 3/4. Make sure my cutting blade is out of the way. I'm hoping you can see me here. Let me clean up a little. I can see on my video that I've got lots of distractions, and I don't want distractions. Okay. Move all my adhesives. There we go. All right. So I'm going to not cut. I'm going to score at 5 1/4. I'm not pushing real hard. This paper is on the thinner side, and I don't want to cut it. I don't want to score all the way through. So 5 1/4, and let me make sure that was 5 1/4. 5 1/4 plus 1 1/2. Hopefully you can see. And I'm scoring. So that is my 6 3/4 total. And we're going to fold this down and burnish it. And then fold this one up. I was very happy with the way they printed this one, so that when I folded those, the hearts were in the right way. So my thought was, I will just put adhesive on the sides, and I'll have a pocket. I probably would put a gift card or a cash in there instead, but why not a crystal light? So if we put adhesive here, you're making a nice small pocket, and it'll close. So let's finish our card. This was a piece of Sweet Sorbet that was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, a standard A2 card base, and we're going to layer that on there. And then I have some white pieces here. This one was 4 1/2 by 3 1/4, so it is just a standard layer in there. But if I'm going to put that on there, you're not going to see it. So I think I will put that one up there. Put this under here. I don't know if you can read my Post-its. They were not intended for you to be able to see them. Let's see. So this here and that there, and what are we going to do on the front? See, I did not think that far ahead. But I do have some more of this paper, which I can punch my leaves and my hearts, or I just have stripes. I think that's too much red. I also thought it might be cute to pull in some of these bikes. So let's just trim a strip of our bikes. I want to make sure I get a mint bike in there. I kind of like, so this is a full pattern here with hearts, flowers, hearts, the bike, hearts, flowers, hearts. So I'm going to trim it just beyond those second hearts. I'm going to hold it with this. Isn't that cute? I love it. And our card is 4 inches wide, so we will do this 4 inches. So then it'll go across the whole front of the card. I think I need some white cardstock in here to give it a little strength. And oh, that's kind of cute. I don't know if I need any hearts. I don't think I do. I think, actually, all right, here come the ideas, here come the ideas. What if I took this heart and then stamped, let me find a piece of cardstock. This one will work. I'm going to put my mat underneath because it is a photopolymer. I do get better images. A lot of times when I'm just stamping by myself, I will forget that. I'll think, oh, I don't need the cushion underneath. And then my images are awful. It's like, yes, you do need the padding cushion underneath. So what I'm going to do is stamp this in red. And then I'm going to take one of these small sentiments. I have for you, I love you, and with love. How about for you? Because on the inside, where is it? That's with love. Here it is. For you. Tiny little stamp. Let's see. I think this fits inside. I need to stand up. Oh, cute. See? I'm sure they planned it that way and made those 3 little stamps, those small words, purposefully to fit inside. And I'm just going to make sure that's dry. Our red, inks sometimes don't dry as quickly. So I'm just lining it up. You can see there, hopefully. This is the coordinating punch that goes with the stamp set. How about just that? What do you think? Maybe pop this up. Maybe put a little ribbon underneath. Oh, I think some ribbon will be good. Maybe just, I like doing this. Just giving it a background. All right, I decided. Sorry if you had other ideas. Oh, that blue is pretty. But I really like the bikes. And I can line it up perfectly even because I have these hearts right here. I just lined it up there and then I lined up one edge and it should fit perfectly. I'm going to use some tear and tape to hold on my ribbon. Ribbon is just so bulky, even if I don't tie it. I think I want it there. I'm going to put 3 pieces, and then I will just kind of zigzag my ribbon. I don't know if you saw how I did that. So I want to trim the end. Scissors. I think I like this side better. So I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to cover up all that adhesive I put down. Make it a little shorter. There we go. And trim, well, trim that. All right, I did cover up all that. This is coming up. That's bothering me. So I'm going to grab some glue dots. Maybe. They are sticking. And I have some left over from some kits. So I like to use those. I'm going to use my take your pick tool and put it underneath. And then pull up the liner. Maybe. Let's push the liner out. There we go. And that will hold down our ribbon, maybe one more on this side. So one on the inside, and I think I'll put one underneath there too. I've never done this with ribbon before. I did zig. I don't know if you saw my post. I participated in Craft Roulette last weekend, or over the weekend, I should say. The Craft Roulette show is on Friday nights, and so I try to get my card in on Saturday. And I did something similar with white ribbon on my card for Craft Roulette this week. I did blog about it, so go to my, go look at my blog post at northstarstamper.com after the video and see what I did with white ribbon. Oh, isn't that cute? Let's put this on some dimensionals. Clean up a little. We still have the inside to do, so I'm not quite done. Let's just put some little dimensionals. They were sitting right there. This paper is so easy to work with. There's so many different colors. Hold on, I have to look at it straight on. Let's put it just like that. And I put it on my card base. The colors in here. I mean, blue hearts. I never would have thought of it. So it'd be kind of fun to stamp a blue heart. Oh, maybe I will. I really like that double stamp that we have. All right, and I know this is going to fit perfectly on here with a border. And I have to see what I'm doing. Turn it over and burnish. So here's our card so far. I'm going to put some tear and tape here and hold this down to make my little pocket. I'm going to put it at the top of this edge so that it'll be at the top of my pocket. And I want to show you what happens if I take too long of a piece and if I put it at the top here. It does go past my fold right there, but that's okay because it's going to be covered up by the pocket itself. So when you put adhesive, I always make sure I put it at the top of my pocket to make it more secure. There we go. I didn't put it really flat because I want whatever I put in the pocket to be able to go in there. All right, I still have this piece to work with. I think that was this one. And I love that heart stamp that's in here, so we are going to do that. Sorry if I'm long. Oh, I'm a little past a half an hour. So here we have the leaves and the twigs, and then we have the hearts and the flowers. And they both fit on D blocks. So I do like, just like when I'm punching or die cutting, I like to set them down because these two do have to, they do intertwine, obviously. So, all right. And what colors are we going to use? We'll do what they have here. Balmy blue and mint macaron. So now I like to stamp the darker color first. I guess balmy blue is probably darker. And that's going to be, I'll put it this way, my flowers. I'm going to put it towards the top and leave the bottom to add some writing. Isn't that pretty? Blue flowers and hearts, you don't see that very often. But it's pretty. Why not? It'll coordinate with our pattern paper. And this is mint macaron. This is coming off the edge here, so I'm going to try again. I lined up this edge with the edge of mine. Oh, I think I need to go sideways. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Make sure I'm on my cushion there. Ink, 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 ink. And then I stamp the dark one first so that I can go and line this up around the... Oh, I can't see here. Hold on. Sorry, I might get my head in the way. I think that's where it goes. If not, ink, 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 ink. Hold it. Oh, that's pretty good. A little crooked, but isn't that pretty? Sorry, I think I'm shaking. Very, very nice. I'm pleased with it. And those are our 2 cards tonight. Again, I will stamp on the back. I'm just going to center this up top. Oh, that is kind of crooked. Oh, well. That's all right. It's handmade. It's not supposed to be perfect. Right? Handcrafted from the heart. Down the bottom. There you go. All right, and I think I will pull out all the things I've made and show you all the product I have left. This kit is amazing. So I do need to know as soon as you've decided that you want the kit. I know I owe you a couple of you emails. I will respond here in a few minutes. So these are the 2 cards we just made. If I can find the other one. Let me clean up a little. Oh, I didn't put sequins. Let's put sequins. We're going to use that last red one. We're just going to put them up here by the sentiment. And there's blue on my card, so I'll use blue. There. Finishing touch. I think it adds a lot. I look at all these sequins I still have, and I use them on almost every project. So there's our card. There's the stamp set we used. Where'd my other card go? I think I buried it. Boy, I don't have that much stuff on my table. Oh, I know. I put it in my envelope, right? So here are all the cards. This is the other card we made tonight. And these are all on my blog with dimensions. So you can see, I'm not even counting. Somebody else can count. There's another one. I really like the dark green, and I just use it as an accent. I'm not sending envelopes, trying to save on postage for you. There's another one. And then I had, this is the accent for one of my 3D. So look at all here. I'm just going to push these down. I still have another mint macaron card base. I have enough sweet sorbet for a nice accent. I have a big piece of this. I don't think I used this on a project. Oh, I must have. It's not a 12 by 12. I still have some of these. This is all. I have lots more to make. And some mossy meadow. This is what's left after you punch out the hearts and leaves from this paper. I thought I would maybe punch this with a large circle, or I thought maybe on a corner. I don't know, but I plan on using these little hearts for something. I don't want to fussy cut and put them on a project or as a in a shaker card or something, but there's another idea. So I still have lots of paper, and I made all these, and there's more. There's more. It just keeps coming. So there's a lot of product in this kit is my point. So I hope you enjoy it, those of you that ordered it. I am ordering on Thursday. I'm just pulling out while I talk. I'm ordering on Thursday, and I am going to expedite it so I can hopefully have it, get it to you, mail it to you, probably by the middle of January, so that you have plenty of time to make Valentine's projects. It is just so fun to play with. Oh, here's another full card base of petal pink. So all of the cardstock and paper you see is from one kit. I didn't add anything but envelopes to my kit. So just to give you an idea of what you're getting in my Valentine Crafting Kit. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Let me pull this back out. Oh, I had some pouches too. I don't know where they went. Sorry. Watch last week's video or go check out my website at northstarstamper.com. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. I do appreciate all your support. And I do take requests. If there's something you want to see next week, let me know. I do have new products from the mini catalog and more celebration products to share with you. So I'll probably do those in the next few weeks. But if there's something in particular you want to see, let me know. And I'll try to do that sooner instead of later. Thank you for joining me. Bye, everybody.